Welcome to this quick introduction on the Skyline mobile app. The Skyline mobile app is where you'll do most of your work here at Skyline. You'll use the mobile app to run credit, set up a customer's account, and get the Money e-contract signed. You'll also use it to upload any supplemental forms that you might need for an account, such as a takeover form or a voided check. This training will take about 15 minutes, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to skylinemobileapp.com and log in. If you don't have your login credentials, please contact newrep@skylinesecurity.com. Once you log in, you'll be presented with a simple home screen. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, you'll have your profile information such as your rep ID. Below that, you have a quick count of your installs, cancellations, holds, etc. Tapping on any of these numbers gives you a little bit more information about what those numbers mean. And below that, we have a few different options. The two options you must focus on are Add a New Lead and Knock Sheets. Knock Sheets is another name for search, and Add a New Lead is where everything will get started. Let's jump in there. It'll always ask to use your current location to save you some time filling out the required info. We have three icons in the upper right hand corner: the GPS lock icon, which will run your current address one more time, and the home title search icon, which will search for the homeowner for the current address. I'm going to fill everything in manually for this tutorial. We're going to need to add the first name, last name, street number, name, and type, as well as the city, state, zip code, and phone number. After we do this, we're going to hit save. It's very important that you double check all the information you input here, as this will serve as the basis for the rest of the customer setup. Once you're done entering this information, hit save. Doing so allows you to save your progress and you don't have to restart. Once you hit save, you'll see no verifications have been run. This just lets you know that you haven't actually run any credit. You can see down here there's a lead number for the account already. And in order to run credit, we need to add either the date of birth or the social. Once you've entered one of those two items, you're going to get permission from the customer in the form of a digital signature. This digital signature basically tells us that the customer allowed you to run their credit. They'll sign in the area provided and then tap on Submit Signature. You'll be brought back to the new customer page, and now the last step is selecting the bureau. Right next to bureau, you're going to tap on the blank area and select TransUnion Full. Once you've done that, tap on the green Verify button. At this point, the system will run credit based off the information you've entered. Since the information I entered for this specific account is all dummy info, I'm expecting a no hit. So here's my no hit result. As you guys can see here, it's giving me a couple of options. I can add the social to be absolutely sure there is no credit score for this account, or I can add a second homeowner. I'm going to do neither in this situation. Normally, if you get a passing credit score, instead of no hit, you'll see A, B, or C, and instead of second owner in the right-hand corner, you'll see the word next. I'm going to add a dummy credit score to this account so that I can proceed. After successfully qualifying a customer, you'll be brought to the customer details page. The upper left-hand corner shows you the account number and some basic info. Next to that is the progress bar. This progress bar will populate with icons as you proceed through the various steps. Below that, you have rep notes, which is a great spot for you to write notes to yourself or to our CSRs. Below that is the location map, and below that is customer setup and requested technician. The requested technician feature does not work, so let's go ahead and jump into customer setup. Customer setup is one of the most important parts of the process. There are 5 sections to the customer setup: package options, rep given equipment, contract terms, payment info, and emergency contacts. You'll need to fill out all these sections. Let's start with package options. In this area, you need to answer 3 questions. Is this a new install or a takeover? What type of panel are you giving the customer? And is this an alarm.com account or a landline account with or without two-way? Once you've answered these 3 questions, you're going to tap on Next. Once you tap on Next, you'll be brought to the equipment page. There are 4 columns. The item column indicates what device you're giving the customer. The price column indicates how much you'll charge the customer. The quantity column indicates how many of that device you're giving the customer. And then the type column indicates whether or not this equipment is sales equipment, aka new, or subdealer equipment, in which case you're a subdealer. For takeover accounts, you'll have an additional option existing for existing equipment. When you're done selecting the equipment you're adding to this account, tap Add Equipment. Once you do that, you'll see it listed under Equipment Given. If you accidentally add something, tap on the X to the right of that device to remove it from the equipment order. Always make sure to tap Add Equipment. Let's tap on Next. Contract terms is one of the most important parts of the customer setup process. Let's go over it. Question, contract terms, is this a 36 or 60-month agreement? Monitoring rate means how much are you going to charge the customer. Below that is the MMR billing method, EFT when possible. Below that is the first billing date. The system assumes you're doing a same-day install. If you're not doing a same-day install, change this date to the date of the install. Below is the billing day of the month. Below that is the VIP service fee amount, usually 0. Activation fee amount. Even if you're waiving the activation, make sure you at least select 0. Below that is the activation payment plan. It's always in full. Customer equipment contribution is always 0. Language is self-explanatory. Customer email, make sure you enter an accurate email that the customer does have access to and that the email belongs to them. The reason for that is our e-contract sends the customer copy directly to whatever email you input here. Our system does double check that you are using a valid email. So again, make sure you get an accurate and correct email from the customer. Below that is another chance for you to add the phone number if you haven't already. And the final question is the abort code, aka the verbal password. Keep that below 10 characters. We'll tap Next to continue to the payment information screen. Here we'll add the payment info. We'll select the billing method. If we selected an EFT on this screen, we'll select EFT again. If we're paying by check, we're going to select EFT again. We'll add the routing number, account number, bank account type, and bank name before we proceed. A quick note for money accounts, we do require a photo of the voided check. We'll show you how to upload that at the end of this tutorial. Once you've added all the required info, tap Add Payment Method and make sure all 4 boxes are checked. You know you're good to go when you see the last 4 digits of the account number and 4 green check marks. Let's go ahead and tap on Next. We're at the last step. We're going to add the emergency contacts. Money does require 2 emergency contacts for every account, and that's just to ensure we can contact the customer using the ASAPer system. So again, Money does require 2 distinct emergency contacts per customer. That's on top of the primary phone number. All right, now that we're done adding that second emergency contact, we'll tap on Next, and we're done with the customer setup. To complete the customer setup, we'll tap on Setup Complete, and we'll be brought right back to the customer details page. We have a new little icon in our progress bar letting us know the setup was completed. We'll scroll down to the bottom, and now we can jump into the Document Center. The Document Center is the final step. Next to Provider, make sure you have it set to Monotronics. Below that, next to Document, select Money e-Contract. You'll see a short questionnaire. Please have your customer answer this questionnaire. It's very basic questions. Below that, you're going to enter the estimated install date and install time. Once the questionnaire has been answered and you've entered the install date and time, you're going to tap on Generate Document. This new document only requires a signature from your customer. We can actually show you the document because this is a dummy account. What we're going to do now is upload a picture of the voided check. We'll do that by scrolling to Upload Scan Document, tapping next to Document, going to Voided Check in the list that pops up. Under File Type, we'll select Image. Choose File will open up the camera on your device. You'll take a photo of the voided check. You'll take the photo, tap Use Photo, and then tap Upload Document. Once the copy of the voided check has been successfully uploaded, you'll see it below Upload Document in the list of documents that have already been scanned into our system. The last thing you would have to complete, and this would only be when the account is a takeover, is the Takeover Addendum. Switch your provider to DocuSign. Next to Document, tap the blank area and select Takeover, Disclaimer, and Acknowledgement, and then Generate Document. Have your customer review and sign the document, and that's it. Go ahead and call into our call center for that first QA call. Thank you guys for joining me for this Skyline mobile app training. If you have any questions, please contact me at creative@skylinesecurity.com. You can always reach out to our call center as well.